Something I had a lot in Taiwan is something called Ji pie or chicken steak. We're going to be looking to make a little healthier version of that recipe. We also got the traditional version, so it has a lot of fat, but we've been getting a lot of requests on this channel on how to kind of bulk and gain some size with the foods that we cook here. So we're going to be meal prepping for the week and adding a ton of protein to this dish. So let's get cooking up, guys. So the ingredient list will be down in the description below, so make sure you get everything before you start this recipe. We're going to be starting it off with 1 pound of chicken breast, 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 heaping tablespoon of garlic, a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, a half teaspoon of Chinese five spice, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1 cup of water, 1 teaspoon of that good old-fashioned monk fruit sweetener. We got 2 cups of sweet potato starch. You can use any kind of flour here. So let's start off the recipe by cutting our chicken lengthwise. Chicken breast usually comes in way too thick for traditional cooking methods, so a way to fully cook your chicken while keeping it juicy is to cut it in half. Make sure your knife is sharp and just let it guide you through the motion. So now let's make the marinade where all that flavor is really going to be coming from. Let's start it off with 1 cup of water, 2 cups of flour. This is going to thicken the marinade and allow the chicken to capture the breading later. So now let's add in a little bit of black pepper, half a teaspoon of Chinese five spice, 1 tablespoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of ginger, don't put too much of this guys, 1 teaspoon of monk fruit sweetener, and we got 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. This is where most of the salt is going to be coming from this dish, so make sure you don't skimp out on this step. And just for good measure, let's go for 1 teaspoon of salt to finish. Oh, and don't forget half a teaspoon of white pepper as well. Just mix that all together and you should already be smelling the delicious smells of Taiwanese chicken steak here. That Chinese five spice really comes out in this dish and gives that really traditional flavor profile. So now we want to add in all that chicken from earlier and let it rest in there for up to 12 hours. You can also do 1 hour if you're crunch on time, but the longer it sits, the better the flavors adhere to the chicken. Now let's get to the breading. Let's put in around 2 cups worth of sweet potato starch. Any starch really works here, but you can also just use flour if you can't find any of this stuff. Now let's add in a little bit of cayenne pepper for some heat and a little bit of salt just to season it just a little bit further. Now let's get all that chicken that we marinated and make sure to fully coat it in that flour mixture. Half of these we're going to put into the air fryer and the other half will be frying in some oil just to pack on some calories for you guys out there looking to gain some weight. If you want to save on the calories, then you can do what we did and use minimal amounts of flour here. You don't have to be perfect with the coating. As long as that marinade is good, you really can't go wrong with this recipe after this. For the first cooking method, we'll be focusing on a lower calorie version of this by using an air fryer. Just set it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes and let it sit in there. Air fryers are such a good way to save on the calories and it's really convenient to just put it in and forget about it. Now you just want to put in your chicken and let the air fryer do its thing. Just a note here when cooking this chicken, make sure to occasionally open up the bin and spray with some oil. Convection heat tends to dry out chicken sometimes, so a little bit of 0-calorie cooking spray is needed to add some moisture. I understand that an air fryer is really just a convection oven, but I'm a fan of this because it's just so much quicker than an oven. It saves on time and I'm always a fan of whatever saves me time. We'll put a link in the description below for one of these, so make sure you get one if you're looking to save on some calories. And there you go, you get this surprisingly crispy chicken steak with half the calories and a ton of protein. Now let's get on to how to make the traditional version. So onto a low heat pan, let's add in around 2 cups of cooking oil here. Get a neutral flavored oil so we don't get any flavors that don't really match with this dish. Let it heat for around 10 minutes or so and test the heat with a chopstick or a wooden spoon or something. It should slightly fizzle and that's when you know you're good to go. So now let's add in the chicken to the oil and let it cook for around 10 to 15 minutes on low heat. When deep frying at home, you want to make sure you're at a low heat. If you cook on high or even medium, the batter will burn and turn dark really fast. You really destroy the texture of this dish and the chicken will be undercooked while you have this batter that's harder than a rock. And then you'll contemplate why you even tried cooking in the first place while you have this brick in front of you. Low and slow is the way to go in frying up oil, so don't be tempted to hear a roaring bubble when doing this. You should just hear a light little sizzle that isn't intimidating at all. This took us exactly 15 minutes on low heat and we even had to turn off the heat sometimes. Look at the color of the batter, it should be a very light brown. Once you see that color, you could probably safely take it out. There you go guys, you got 2 different versions of Ji pie or chicken steak. The air fried version is on the left and the traditional version is on the right. I actually recorded the crispiness so we can test out to see which one came out victorious. Enjoy this little chicken steak ASMR here. So as you can see, the air fryer version was crispier, but the fried chicken version was way better. I'm just being honest, guys. I mean, if you fry in oil, it's gonna get juicy no matter what, but cooking it in an air fryer is amazing for when you're trying to save on calories and beats baked chicken breast any day of the week. So that is really it for the recipe, guys. You can either go for the low-fat version or the traditional / fatty version of this dish. We thought it'd be cool if we prepped this for the week using this awesome wax paper because we're always trying to work on the presentation for you guys. I just got a couple words to say about the food and a final comparison of each type of chicken steak here. I had this today for lunch and it was so good, guys. It's great when reheated and you definitely have to try this one out. Alright, so that is really it for the recipe, guys. So we have a low-fat version and just kind of like the regular version here. One we use an air fryer and one we just kind of fry it in oil. So I'm gonna kind of test these out and see which one is kind of like the winning one, right? So I'm gonna try out the air fryer one first. I'm gonna get this middle piece. And it looks pretty crispy. I mean, we kind of did that comparison like earlier, so let's try it out. This is the air fryer version. Oh, it's spicy. Woo. Oh yeah. Wow. That surprisingly tastes like what you can find in Taiwan. It's pretty interesting. So, I did have a bite of this earlier and it was crispy, but now it's been like 30 minutes since then because we were kind of filming the intro and everything. But, I don't know if you can hear it if I kind of get to the mic. It's still pretty crispy. So obviously it has a lot less fat and it's a little dry on the drier end. But if I'm eating this on the weekday, this is a perfect way to get my protein in. It does carry a little bit of carbs, but this is chicken breast. This is one of the best ways you can get chicken breast into your diet. So man, this is way better than, you know, just salt and peppered chicken breast. So this is definitely what you want to go for if you're looking for like a little spice and a little kind of fun in your recipes. Oh man, I could eat this all day. That's really good. That legit tastes like the one you find in Taiwan. Okay. So I suspect this one to be better. I haven't tried this one out yet. Oh, the brain kind of fell off. Let me get a good piece here. Oh man, I can already tell this one's gonna be better. That spice is good here, man. Yep, this one's better. But if I'm dieting, I'm definitely gonna be eating this one because this has a lot of fat. Anyway, we have been getting a lot of requests on the channel. I think I got actually 2-3 emails this week about people requesting on how to bulk, which is really interesting. Like this is the only week I ever got an email from you guys. But to those 3 people that have emailed me, thank you so much for watching our videos. This is a great way to do it. Get some oil in there, right? Get some fat calories and also pack it with protein. Like this recipe is perfect for that. It's kind of what inspired me to do this recipe this week. So, this is so good. Oh my God. I can't overeat. I already had dinner, but it's okay. The end piece is better. Oh my God. Man, I could eat this all right now. And this is really similar to Taiwanese like popcorn chicken. That 5 spice really comes out strong here. It's so good. I'm gonna take a bite of that. I'm gonna say this too. Okay. So this tastes more baked, which an air fryer really is. And this obviously is really tender. Ooh. Spicy. And this one is really moist, really juicy. But obviously the fried one wins. But this is for someone that's not trying to lose weight. This is for someone trying to gain a lot of muscle mass, which I have kind of talked to you guys about. So this though, if I compare this to like a regular chicken breast, it's way better. So try try this recipe out, guys. It's super good. More protein. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, I'm gonna finish it first. If you guys like our content, we would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed and kind of shared this to your friends and family. It would mean the world to us. We work really hard on these videos, and we're really trying to spread the word of Asian food and how to kind of eat healthy with like fun food like this, you know? And I just want to kind of tell people, like, dieting isn't always just about like chicken, rice, and broccoli. It really is my passion to show like cooking is so much, like you can control so much about cooking, where you can take foods and you can really make them healthy and delicious at the same time. It does take a little bit of work, yes, but you know, if you want to be healthy, if you want to, you know, get to your fitness goals, a little bit of work is required. But just because you want to be healthy, just because you want to be fit and lean, doesn't mean you have to always eat like chicken breast and rice. There's always better options out there. So hopefully you guys can try our other recipes. We also have a cookbook on the website that you guys can buy. We're having a sale right now for $13.99. You can also check that out on the website. And yeah, it'd be great if you guys can check that out. It has like a little ebook on how to become your own personal trainer, things like that. And so you could definitely check that out if you want to support the channel and if you really want to get like working on your fitness goals, right? So that's what that cookbook is for. And there's gonna be like recipes like this, obviously different recipes from the channel. So you can definitely go there and try it out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We just hit 2,000 subscribers on this channel. That's crazy to us that we hit 2,000, and yeah, we're having so much fun making these. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.